Comic books are the medium for narrating stories through beautiful pictures and interesting characters. This conveys useful information to children in more effective manner. As far as Amar Chitra Katha is concerned, in these 40 years, it has played a vital role in introducing children to the various aspects of life.
They make us teach something, and there's interesting words, and they send messages to us. Where in the middle, it's so nice when you feel that these are so interesting words and new things and new words also. Then you feel so happy that you should read these comics because it's very nice for us.
Amar Chitra Katha's subject matters deals with history, traditions and values, which have been moduled into great stories. It has also interestingly conveyed stories of sacrifice of great social and religious leaders. More than 400 copies of these comic books have been published in different Indian languages on various subjects, which have proved very helpful in building the character of children. Pankaj Tripathi's report, DD News, Delhi.
And to discuss more about the growth of comics as an entertaining medium for children, we have with us Dr. Ira Saxena, Secretary, Association of Writers and Illustration for Children. Good morning and welcome, Ms. Saxena, to Breakfast News. Well, there's one thing I want to know is how long, I mean, we read comic books within 30 minutes or so, but how long and how much effort really goes into making one comic book?
Well, like any other book, preparing a comic book is very tough. First, you have to see the contents, which was very thoughtfully visualized by Amar Chitra Katha. The contents they sought were something which the child readers of that period, and as you must have read Amar Chitra Katha, you must have really enjoyed those because they were full of information, full of adventure, fun, and all the ingredients which are there in a story. Through a story, you understood a lot about your own culture, about your own history, and the personalities which were there to inspire you for the rest of your life. The second part is the presentation. So the producers of Amar Chitra Katha, they selected the comic book medium. Now these Amar Chitra Katha, they were comic books with a difference because of the contents they chose. The format was like a comic book, the illustrations, they were very Indian, very colorful, something which a child reader needs because a child reader needs a lot of color.
Right.
So it was there for them.
Right. Well, from 1967 when this educational series first came out till this day, how much has the comic culture evolved in India in terms of quality, in terms of readership?
With every reading generation, the scene of reading and scene of the books, that remains the same. What it was there when you were a child, when I was a child, in the same way the comic books will always keep thriving. There would be always an age when children love to read comics and they would go after comic books. So even today's child, they do enjoy and they still enjoy reading Amar Chitra Katha.
Right. But how popular really are Indian comic books as compared to the comic books that come down from the West?
The Western books, they have really captured the market. And this has been the problem not today, but for many years. And you find books which are purchased, a majority are foreign publications. The parents easily spend 300 to 400, whatever the price is, and they buy these books. But Amar Chitra Katha broke into that monopoly, I would say, and they really made these books very popular and they were able to sell these books. And parents and elders, they very willingly they would purchase the Amar Chitra Katha because perhaps smitten by a sense of guilt feeling that they are not able to devote much time to the children to tell them about their past, to tell them about their heritage. And they felt that Amar Chitra Katha is very suitably giving them all the information. So they never hesitated to buy books for children. But yes, as compared to the foreign books, foreign comic books, Amar Chitra Katha, they have a different segment altogether. Children, if they see Amarjit Katha, they would read that along with the foreign comic books
That's
also.
good. Right, do you think the increasing number of cartoons being shown on TV has an adverse impact on comics in print?
Well, TV is a very powerful medium. What you see on the TV screen in the Cartoon Network, which is very popular with the small children, because of so many ingredients that are associated with that, the music, the sound effects, and the special effects they carry with them. Reading as such comes secondary when a child is reading watching the Cartoon Network. But that is not the total picture. The total picture is very different. This is a very metro-centered picture. The actual picture you will see when you go into smaller towns and villages. There they would still refer to the book, which is handy and which, if they can get at all.
But do you feel that it would be a good idea to translate some of these comic books onto screen, and maybe it would increase the popularity of the fables and also the comics of Amar Chitra Katha if they are put on television as animation?
Oh, definitely. I very strongly endorse this because TV is a very powerful medium, and promoting book reading, promoting book culture through television by presenting the comic books, Amarjit Katha in a televised series, or even presenting other novels, other short stories through the television. That is a very, very positive step towards promoting reading habits in children.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, in Indian mythology, we have a lot of violence in the form of wars and battles now. How is this being toned down in the Amar Chitra Katha series?
Yes, because I happen to be very closely associated with the Amarjit Katha through the producers of this book, and we used to meet very often in conferences and seminars, and this was something which they were very careful that as per the current scenario, what the child requires today, didacticism, like telling a child, you have to do this, you don't have to do this, that is not the modern trend. The moral has to be given in a sugar-coated pill. Same thing with violence. Violence has been sort of reduced, and certain values which were there in our mythology, because mythology was for all, for elders as well as for children. These books, they were targeted for the child reader, so certain things had to be eliminated from them.
All right. Now, but the Amar Chitra Katha, many of the series have also been translated into a lot of foreign languages. Now, how popular are they abroad at this point in time?
I wouldn't know that exactly. I have just a few examples of the NRIs
All right.
who have been hoarding Amarjit Kathas, and they treasure it, and they make the children read those, and children do enjoy that because they feel sort of a bonding with their culture, with their country.
All right. The series retells stories about Indian history and culture now. How much research goes into it to see that it remains historically accurate?
Oh yes, there has the research angle of Amarjit Katha is very, very strong. Like in certain context I have seen that one can refer to the information part to Amarjit Katha rather than a history book, and it is very correct because this was they had a very strong research team, and they are very, very accurate.
Right.
No doubts about that.
All right. Now, do you feel that if you initiate your child into reading comic books, that would ultimately mean that he also picks up formal reading in the sense that he picks up serious reading at a later stage? Do you think that is correlated, that if he starts off with comics, he may get into serious reading later on?
Unfortunately, no research has been done on this subject. The researchers abroad, they indicate that by reading in blurbs, in short sentences, that hinders the continuous reading later on. I didn't find that with my children when they read Amarjit Katha, and later on they became avid readers of books. But here I cannot substantiate this thing with a positive research that has been done. But yes, the foreign researchers do indicate
Right.
that it is a hindrance to continuous reading.
Right.
Tell us, how big is the comic industry in India at the moment, and how fast do you see it growing in the future?
Amarjit Katha itself was a very big industry, and after, I think they have stopped bringing out new titles, but surely there would be demand for new titles. It might pick up again. And compared to Amarjit Katha, there has not been, no other comic industry has emerged, apart from those racy diamond comics, and which I would not like to give to my child. I shouldn't be saying that on television, but it's not the sort of reading material that Amarjit Katha would provide.
Okay. Ms. Saxena, now, when we read Indian comics, we often realize that the printing quality, the kind of paper used to print them, is not that great as compared to the foreign publications. Now, do you think that in some way hinders the growth of the Indian comic industry in some way? And do you feel that more finances need to be put into it so that the printing quality and the whole product is more glossy?
Definitely. Because a book for a child, whether it is a comic book or any other book, it should be the best. Only the best is good enough for children. And consideration must be given towards the quality of paper, the quality of print, the sort of ink and colors which are used.
Right. Now, we've all grown up on reading comic books, in fact, and that's what Songam and I were discussing in the beginning of the show. So we are sure that the comic book industry in India will actually boom sometime in the future.
I hope so, and I would say that for the book industry as such.
All right. Thanks so much
you so
for
much
joining
for
us
joining
this
us.
morning.
Thank you very much.